So I have a question for you. Are you currently living your best life? My sister's dog, he's a beagle. His name's Buddy. And he is the best example of living his best life. And I remember I was working all day long and Buddy was living his best life. He's just smiling out in the sun, and I'm watching the days go by from the window. Beautiful days go by. He's out there, he's bouncing around, he's smiling, his tongue's out, he's laying full on, belly to the sky, just sunning. And I remember feeling, why can't I be a dog or a cat? My cat living his best life too. And how many of you have had that thought? And so what is it going to take for you to live your best life? What would that look like to you? These are the questions that I was asking myself when I got so down and depressed. You know, I've tried many different jobs in many different fields because I've been tracking my way to living my best life. I remember years ago, I decided, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get jobs in the national parks. That way, I'm in the national park, I get to live there, I get to be there, and I get to live my best life, hiking, backpacking, swimming in the rivers. And so I started working resort jobs, and it didn't end up looking the way I thought. You know, I'm looking out the window at these gorgeous mountains. I'm seeing beautiful sunrises, and then I'm seeing sunsets, and I'm inside working like a dog. I mean, just feeling like a slave. And, you know, I get 2 days off, but I was exhausted. So I try to go out hiking, backpacking, and, you know, I couldn't enjoy it as much as Buddy because I was just so tired and depleted, and then I would do it again. So, I traveled and I did this, and I realized that's not it. You know, I don't want to be inside. And then, you know, I'm serving people that are telling me these stories of what they did that day and what they saw. They ran into a bear and they got to see this mountain vista and they got to swim in the turquoise blue waters. They went salmon fishing, and, you know, and it was just getting harder and harder. I'm getting depressed. I mean, I'm happy for them, but going, wow, is this really the life that I want? So I ended up, fast forward, I tried several different network marketing companies because it offered freedom, financial, time freedom, and I had success, but they, you know, they were always pushing to talk fast and, you know, get excited and get people all excited, and you're doing these group meetings or you're talking on 3-ways all day, and you got to talk fast and you got to do this and this and this, and it was very different than, I'm a social introvert, I need a lot of alone time, I like people but not all the time, I need those times to fill up. And so that wasn't quite it either, and I got burnt out because it just was taking more time and hours than my jobs were. I did have success, I did build teams, but it ended up being way more hours than I actually was looking for. Again, I needed that flexible schedule. And I decided, okay, so I need to work from anywhere. I need to have a flexible schedule. I need to have full-time pay, part-time hours, and I need to be able to move around. So I started my own business, and I still am a transformational coach and mentor, and I love it. I love working with the people, but I did find that when I got really busy, again, I was inside for hours and hours and hours, and I wasn't, you know, there were dry spells in between. I would have a bunch of clients, be real busy, and then, you know, there was this ebb and flow that would go months without anything, without pay. And so I decided I need consistent pay, I need a flexible schedule, I need to be able to work from anywhere, I need to be able to set my own schedule, and I need a lot of alone time for my filling up myself and for all of the things that I enjoy. And so just last week, I got to go for a walk in the park on a weekday in the middle of the day because it felt good to me. And so I take Buddy out, and I don't know who was more excited, me or Buddy. I mean, we were both smiling and bouncing around in the sun and just living our best life. And I realized I'm living my best life with Buddy right here. We're doing it. And it felt so good. So I want to talk about LiveGood, this opportunity. I was literally on my knees praying for something to come along that would fill my needs, that would fill my needs that I needed for my family to live their best life. And I saw nothing, no options. I felt like I was being unrealistic to ask for flexible pay, full-time pay, or the flexible hours, full-time pay, part-time hours. All of these things that I listed, I felt like they were unrealistic, and it just wasn't gonna happen. That was just something that I was gonna have to let go of until LiveGood was shown to me and shared with me. And at first I said no, because I swore I'd never do network marketing again, because I'm an introvert. It isn't a good match. I don't want to be this rah person jumping around on stage. It's just not a good fit. So I initially said no. Then I heard about the products. I was already going to buy magnesium, a D3, only I was going to pay a lot more than $8 a bottle, which is the membership price. So I said, okay, I'll just come in as a customer. Then I got to see the comp plan, and then I got to see the money that was being made and how easy it was being made. So I said, okay, I'm in, because I think what he finally said was, you don't have to recruit, and you can make up to $2,000 a month no recruiting. And I said, well, okay, that's a no-brainer, right? And then he told me, that there are no auto ships. You can come in for $49.95. Your websites are set up for you, and you get a funnel system. And in my mentoring practice, that was one of the frustrations that I had, was that I didn't like the setting up the websites part. I didn't like the having to set up these extensive funnels. I didn't like to set up email newsletters for email marketing. I don't like these things. I like the creative parts. I like making the videos. And so he said, you can do it with all videos. And that was something that I already enjoyed doing. And he said, all you gotta do is share your link, your LiveGood link, under your video. And the company has a funnel system. They give you your websites, you share the website, and they follow up for you. And so, again, no brainer. He says you don't have to keep buying products if you don't need them. There's no auto ships. There are no BV requirements. You just pay less than $10 a month every month, and that gets you your discounts. And so I thought, well, I spend that at Starbucks, or actually way more than that. And so, okay, I'm in. And then I started seeing how fast it was growing. How many people are looking for this? How many introverts there are? How many people there are that were burnt out on network marketing, never made money, that are making money in this because it's a good fit. And I realized that I can do it realistically working 1 to 2 hours a day. And I've never been able to realistically do that. It never ends up being that way, and this one, it was realistic to do that. So I started doing it. I started doing what I love, the videos, sharing it, and then people started coming in, And it's been a game changer. It's met all of my needs, and I want to share it. So when I came in, I didn't want to recruit, and now I'm just naturally sharing it. And I haven't had to go and beg my friends and family to come in. It's not like that. We work with this formula, this attraction marketing formula. It's the one thing that's working best. And I'm going to put a link below of a training that you can learn the number one formula that's working, so that people are coming to you. They're ready to buy. They already like you, trust you, know you, want to work with you, and they are asking you, which is way different than all the doors I had to bang on in the past, and going out and getting out of my comfort zone as an introvert. And it just doesn't have to be that way anymore. And so I'm specifically looking for ladies. I love working with ladies in their 40s, 50s that are like-minded, that are just enough stubborn to be, fiercely diligent in what they need and want, and that can, they just go for it, and they're not going to compromise on their freedom because that's important to them. And ladies that are looking to live their best life and are willing to do whatever it takes to get there. It's sometimes very difficult to admit that what you're doing isn't working. It was for me. I didn't want to admit that job that I had gotten, the people I loved working with, just wasn't the right fit for me. It wasn't working for my needs. And I'm looking for ladies that know what they need, they know what they want, and they know that maybe they're not fully living their best life, and that this could be an addition to their busy life. So if they're already busy, they already have a business, they already have a lot going on, this is something they can do in an hour a day, and it can be that exactly what they're looking for. It can be that travel money, it can be their retirement, it can be the extra money for their family, or it can be $1 million lifestyle that they've always dreamed about but had given up on. So ladies, I'm looking for like-minded women that are fierce, independent, and just want to live their full life. It doesn't take much. This is simple, and it just takes a little bit of consistency, tenacity. And I'm looking for ladies that have wisdom, that have been humbled a bit, but that haven't lost that fire to be exceptional in this world and to live an exceptional life, not according to what other people are telling you can live, but what you're worthy of and meant to live, and who want to build it in a feminine way. So I don't want to come into business doing it the masculine way, where we're forcing and we got to do more, and we're just pushing. No, women, you've got this amazing power inside of you, and I want to build with women that are doing everything from that center. There's no rushing, there's no forcing, there is just bringing your beautiful essence out into the world in the most powerful, potent way that you possibly can, and influencing everyone around you and attracting such abundance to you that it just overflows. Women that aren't afraid to take charge and lead in the new way, the new paradigm. So we're actually being industry disruptors. We are changing the industry. We are working it in a new way that fits us and that changes the world. So if any of this resonates with you, then click the link below, watch the 6-minute video, get involved, get signed up as a member, an affiliate, and let's get going.